How's everyone doing? My name's Andrea, and this is Liz, and Frank, and Jeannie, and Dio. We are going to be reviewing, I'm going to review the playground game section, and within our manual, there's 4 days of physical activity that the children complete every single week for the remainder of the program. And on this daily schedule, there's different components that the parents need to look at, such as the activity goal. And the activity goal ranges from 25 minutes to about approximately 60 minutes as the program progresses. So with each week, the activity goal time is going to increase. And there's also the equipment that's needed for each day. And this right here is called our physical activity toolkit, and it has all the equipment that's listed in the manual that is needed. This particular toolkit does not require all of them. The manual will list all of the items that are needed for the program. And there are also 3 different sections of activities, such as warm-up exercises, strength exercises, and we also have the playground games themselves. So we're first going to start with the warm-up exercises. The manual actually focuses on dynamic warm-up exercises, and we do stationary as well as transit. So before we start the warm-up exercises, we go ahead and ask the children to set up with 2 cones the distance that will be covered for the warm-up exercises. So the first one, they just place down and they take 10 steps and place the other cone. So this is how they'll set up the warm-up exercises prior to doing this portion for the day. So the first one we're going to do is a stationary one, actually, and they're called arm swings. So I'll demonstrate and then we'll all do them together. So the first one, you're going to bring the right arm forward and the left arm back. You want them to be horizontal to the ground, and you just switch. Just the warm-up. So you go through the full range of motion. Yeah. And they repeat for 15 repetitions. And we stop. So that's just an example of one of the stationary warm-ups. We do dynamic because they're going to be doing activities, so we want to get them warmed up for the actual movements that they're going to be doing for that particular day.
Can I say something? So some of the activities seem really simple, but coordination is such a huge issue in Prader-Willi Syndrome that even some of them will not be able to swing their arms one forward and the other back. They will have this or this type of movement. So it might seem simple, but it's adequate for the population that we're working with.
And the next one is called Frankenstein. So this will be one of our movement or transit ones. And it's like a Frankenstein. They just put their arms straight out in front, and the goal is to keep the knees straight. So they want the toe to hit the palm of the hand. Just like that. And we all walk. Keep going. And we'll just go until we get to the And so actually, as Dr. Rubin has mentioned, this, within the population of interest, it is a very difficult task. Coordination you would see if you have worked with this population, this is a very difficult task for them to execute. So with time, it's nice to see how they improve. So this is a really, like she says, very simple to us, but it can be very challenging. So those are just 2 examples of the warm-up exercises that we use for the program. There's a plethora of them. The warm-up and strength exercises last about 10 minutes, and that will be done at the beginning of the physical activity day. So the next section are the strength exercises, and we focus on muscular strength and muscular endurance, and the program itself focuses on the upper body, lower body, as well as the core. And we will do just the lower body today, and it's called ball squats. So we are going to demonstrate a ball squat. This is called the playground ball. And Liz, would you like to help me? Okay, so the objective of this game, or strength exercise, is to place the ball in between the foreheads of the children, okay? And you go down together, as we fall. Down together and up together. Ready? Go. And up together. And so they cannot use their hands or arms. Okay, so a lot of times they can put them on their hips, they can put them down. Some like to put it behind to be a reminder, don't use your hands. And so there's also teaching cues that the manual provides for the parents. So one of them, as I was saying, was squat down together, stand up together. Squat down together, stand up together. So it helps to also hear it as well. The next set of games that we do, so that is just the lower body strength exercise, is the actual games, the physical activity games. And we are going to do one called Cone Crazy. And that requires 6 red cones and 6 blue cones. So, perfect.
Can you spread these ones out?
So there are also modifications that Emmanuel provides for each of our games. And for instance, for this one, you can spread them out distance-wise. You can increase the time. So the only equipment you need for this are 6 red cones, 6 blue cones, and a timing device. And this is all listed in the manual as well. Oops, as I hit it. So the objective of this game, I'm going to say I'm blue. Okay, my goal is to knock over the opponent's color, red. So I want to knock it over, and hopefully mine's knocked over because they're doing their part, right? And I want to lift it up. So in the end, whoever has the most upstanding cones of their color is the winner. Yeah. So it's really fun. They get to go down and run around. So okay. So we will have Frank be blue, Liz will be red, and Jeannie, you want to help me beat the timer? Sure. Okay. Ready and go.
Use your hands, use your hands. Use your hands. Here you go. Keep going, keep going.
Keep going, keep
Keep
going.
going, good job.
Keep going.
Go,
Keep going. Okay, 10 more seconds. Keep going. 5 more seconds. Be careful, be careful. 3, 2, 1, stop. Oh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the blue team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the red team. Looks like we have a tie. Oh, no. Oh, looks like we have blue team winner over here. Okay, and so it's fun as you can see. Oh, I saw one all the way over there. Frank, as you can see, there's an aspect of competition here, but also it's exciting, and they don't notice that they're actually exercising. That's the whole point of these physical activity games is, even with the strength exercise, they're trying to do things that are improving their strength, their coordination, without thinking that it's, I'm going to the gym, I'm exercising. It's, you know, as a lot of the presenters have mentioned, a lot of it has to do with the psychological aspect of it as well, and the way they perceive it. So this is one of the games that we do for Cone Crazy, and the next part is the interactive games.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So for these skills and games that you're doing, do you have set guidelines as far as the duration? So like the duration for this, they do it for 30-second bouts.
So we tell them to play for like a minimum of 2 to 3 minutes, and they should repeat it like 4 times or so. And then we say, ask you to return it. So that's a big thing I emphasize with the kids, is that I'm giving it to you, but you're borrowing it from me. If you use it, you get to keep it. If you don't, you return it.
Do you find that the Prader-Willi kids are compliant in the beginning, or does it take a lot to get them to do the activities? I work at Chalk, so we have Prader-Willi kids, and I'm like, getting them to do things that they don't want to do is a huge challenge. So I was just wondering what your experience was.
As long as they feel like they're playing,
Mm-hmm.
they are more than happy to do it. Especially with we find with the interactive games, they love puzzles and things of that nature, and they love to do it. And they actually are the main motivator most of the time with the parents. They say, all right, it's time to play my games, you know?
Yes, so, yeah. So it's I think the fact that they are playing, that's very helpful, and that the activities are not impossible for them to do.
Right.
So they're adapted, so they can actually do them. And I make a big emphasis on the parents about adapting the activities so the child feels successful, so they want to do it. You know? Okay. Yeah. Because if it doesn't work, or if they don't win, that's problematic.
Right.
So
exactly.
there's, and we had situations in which a child, you know, will burst because, like, I didn't win.
And one of the things after that, also with the modifications, we've noticed with some of the follow-up calls, by doing a modification, make it easier, it's nice, because all of a sudden, towards the end, they did a modification to make it more difficult. And so then that also gets them excited because they can see improvement for themselves.
Challenge.
yeah, the challenge.
So, we were just going to show you one quick snapshot of our interactive games portion. We include the We Fit, and then also the Just Dance, as was mentioned in the presentation. So what we're going to do is just play one game of each, so you can see a little bit of what it entails. And we have our lovely child here that's going to be. So the first, well, all of the balance games really focus on working or moving your center of mass in relation to your base of support. So it's all from the hips. Everything in balance is going to be from the hips. More like weight shifting, things like that. So the first game that we're going to be playing is called soccer heading. With the soccer heading, there's going to be objects coming at the child. Well, just on the screen, but every once in a while there may be a cleat or there may be a panda head, so you have to dodge those. But once again, trying to hit the soccer ball with your hips. Okay, so a little challenging because most of them tend to want to try and hit it with their head. But we'll see how she does today. At first, it takes a little time for them to get used to that concept, but really just, we practice with them. So step off first. It takes a minute for it to move. Okay, step off.
So is that a feature of the Wii, that it's registering movement from the hips? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it'd be interesting to see like the Connect. You know, the new ones that can actually see your head movement and your arm movement.
Yeah, so when we put these graph together, they didn't have the Xbox yet. This was the only thing that was available, so that's why we used it. Mm-hmm. But once we finished the pilot, we finished developing everything. That's when the Xbox came out. So we were like, okay, next project.
So see how she's doing your head. So you want to move your hips in the direction where the ball's coming.
Sorry?
Correct.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah, they're not very much. Sorry, they don't care.
That's amazing to me. I mean, what a huge marketing tool to advertise the kids that we were reactive and our generation of kids that are.
You're doing great.
Or that this program, maybe, we try it. We try it at the beginning.
Because I've been waiting for them to sort of market that was like, and I don't see the advertisement. What's going on?
Sometimes then they can flip on them and they'll be like,
so you step that one to go to the other side.
So you have to avoid the objects and try to hit the soccer head.
Or something. Yeah. So like our objective is always greater good. You know, like it's no greater, and then
they make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Shift your
I don't
weight.
think like a business. I think like, oh yeah, let's help everyone. You know. You got that trust that way.
There it is.
Like I do.
Looks like I see a little bit of it. Yeah.
Tweaked it, and a lot of what I do with the kids is, and I'm not a kinesiologist or have any kind of fitness background whatsoever, but I found that just playing with them was huge.
Oh yeah.
And like, there's some, discussion and, like,
Okay. Thank you, Grace.
She's like, well, you gotta do this.
Well, you're gonna do this one,
All we need to do is play, and then
You're gonna do this one, right? No, you guys can
they play kickball and
come out on the dance floor together.
Everyone wants to kick next to go get that ball. So then they're running it and, they're getting their heart rates up and, they just don't know how to play. That's sad, and
They don't know how, they don't play.
no. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, guys, let's just play.
Go ahead and set it up.
Excited. Mr. Shaw was like,
You guys can join us on this one too. You want to?
You guys can all do this.
Do you guys want to do it with us? I would like Dr. Robin's favorite.
Take your heels off.
Take your heels off.
Yeah.
Are you gonna dance?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna watch you dance.
Okay. This is show.
So we're gonna do the.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, Viva Las Vegas.
Okay.
That's on this one, right? And, it's like kids have to actually go backwards. We used to do it, and I feel like, because they were teaching it right Spanish.
Dang, there you go.
Everyone exercise. I guess we'll just start. Yeah.
So we're just going to demonstrate it just dancing.
So one day, no, let's go playground outside. So I used to bring all the littler kids, and we went outside. And they were so excited. What are you doing?
Make sure there's enough space.
Yeah.
So you don't cowboy into each other.
What are you doing? Which song?
Viva Las Vegas.
Oh my God.
Separating the kids and like, no. I think like
This is fun.
so look at Liz.
Hey! We got some rhythm in the house here.
You guys have played this before.
So as you can see, it shows you the motions to do at the bottom.
Okay, are your kiddos as coordinated or? I'm like, they're doing like the perfect example.
Well, one of the big things we emphasize with the dance games is just move. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And then once they get past the, I have to do the exact same movement, they do really well.
Yes, normally when we have the kids, we all dance.
Okay.
Because that's, and we make the parents dance.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody's on the floor. There's no
I
excuse.
We're like,
Again, they are really funny.
Here you are, better.
Yes.
I don't care, you know. I'm horrible and uncoordinated, and you guys can make fun of me all you want. I don't care. I'm trying, you know. That's what it is.
I'm doing like we do. Like
Real hard. This is fun.
I did. Shake it. I want a copy of this video.
Is this just the standard or what? This is just
This is a classic.
You know, but clothing.
This is number 2. Yeah. And then we use number 2 and number 3. This is the part that they love about.
Oh yeah. So
great cardio aspect.
They haven't got to the
But it's amazing when we, really when we practice it with the kids because they love it. Most of them are familiar with it, so they just have a lot of fun with it, and that's the main point that they're not even thinking about really being active at that moment. So, hope you enjoyed. If you want to stop by later for a dance.